environment. We are Echoshare team, and now we start our presentation. So, can I ask you a question that how many cars was on the road by the end of 2023 in Vietnam? That's a hard question. And the answer is that 4.15 million cars, and that increase of about 300,000 in just 1 year. This data shown by the forums, and this is a big problem because almost cars nowadays still run on gasoline or diesels. So that's the reason why cause the air pollution or traffic congestion. Also, according to the Asian transport total in 2023, we can see that the road transport used up more than 87% and of the net energy, and also release about 39.3% of million tons of CO2, which occupy 11% of the entire nation's emissions. So in big cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh cities, the combined number of private cars has already about past 1 million. However, we see some positive signs that a ride-hailing service like Grab car and B car are happening. So, a survey conducted by TGM in 2023, we can say that 58% of urban users don't plan to buy cars because the use of Grab car and B car, and also these numbers don't just tell the story but also shaping the way we move in the future. So all these numbers arise the big question that are Grab and Bear contributing to the environmental sustainability in Vietnam by encouraging shared mobility and reducing the demand for private cars? Our Echoshare team strongly agree with this idea and support this viewpoint by two key policies of Grab and B. So now I would invite Pete for the next present.
Now let's move on to the next section of our presentation. Now I'm going to introduce policy from Bear Group and Grab. First, I would like to talk about B's partnership with SANGSM for electric mobility, which represent the significant step toward reducing carbon emissions and also promoting sustainable transportation in Vietnam. Bear Group is one of Vietnam's leading ride-hailing companies operating alongside Grab in the domestic market, while SANGSM is the first all-electric taxi company in Vietnam. And in September 2023, B Group and SANGSM formed a strategic partnership, and this partnership involves, firstly, vehicle leasing and financing support, allowing these drivers to lease or purchase SANGSM cars with financial assistance. Secondly, their platform integration. SANGSM car now is available on B app, right alongside the traditional B bike or B car. And thirdly, this collaboration enhances brand image. It helps B enhance its image as a sustainable company and also enhancing its reach to more environmentally conscious users. And since then, we have seen several positive outcomes and from this partnership, and Hoàng Cẩm Vân will talk about it. for the overview of this policy, and now I will continue to present the effects and the results of this policy. Now, start with the now we'll start with the results. So we have two reliable support figures post on VN expressed in the year 2024. And the first one is as of mid-2024, second operating over 3,000 electric taxis in Vietnam's major cities, including Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and Da Nang City. And the second figure here, which is really important, is that the group reported a 25% increase in electric vehicles based ride bookings in Ho Chi Minh City after integrating with FM. And for two supporting figures, we have the following effects. And the first one is the reducing carbon emissions. So the partnership between the B Group and CNS headquarters, the environmental and social benefits to Vietnam. And the first one here, it can reduce the harmful emissions in urban areas. And unlike the traditional gasoline-powered vehicles, the electric vehicles produce zero kpi emissions, helping to lower the level of carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and fine particulate matter. And we move on to the second effect is improving public health. So, because it promotes the use of electric vehicles, so it can reduce the large amount of pollutants which cause the respiratory and cardiovascular illnesses, and this can help urban residents prevent them from some problems with their health. And the next effect is bringing economic and energy benefits. So from the energy and economic perspective, this partnership will help Vietnam to move towards greater self-reliance. So by reducing the demand for imported petroleum, it can help Vietnam to strengthen the national energy security, and at the same time, it can boost the domestic electrical vehicle industry, particularly the VinFast, and also contributing to job creation, technological innovation, and the sustainable economic growth. So, in this way, and this partnership not only enhance our environmental sustainability, but also boost Vietnam's economic growth. So that is the first policy for the B, and the second policy implemented by GRAP will be presented by my teammate Claire.
Thank you then for the first policy, and now I will present the second policy one. GRAP encouraging user participation in carbon offset program. First, let's talk about background. GRAP is a dominant ride-hailing and one of the leading players in Vietnam mobility market. And in 2024, GRAP ran a campaign, and it had implemented a feature within its application called carbon neutral donation, and allowing user to contribute a small amount. And we can see in the slide, Vietnam 2000 per grab car trip, or Vietnam 2000 per grab buy, grab food, or grab map order to offset the carbon emission generated by ride and deliveries. And there are two main goals of GRAP campaigns. The first one is GRAP aim to support verified carbon offset projects such as reforestation and forest conservation in Vietnam and Southeast Asia. And ultimately, this policy tried to promote environmental awareness among users and also contribute a broader effort of combating climate change and preserving biodiversity in this region. And Tuệ Minh will continue my presentation and she will give you information about this policy in more detail.
Okay, so thank you for your sharing. And now the main point is how Grab is making a tangible difference in environmental sustainability through a carbon neutral contribution program. And now we will explore the real world impact of our efforts, particularly in tree planting and carbon offsetting. Okay, so let's start with our result. As you can see on the screen, as of 2024, Grab has successfully planted over 600,000 trees this year alone, and this number brings our total to more than 1.2 million trees since the program began on 2021. And many of these trees are planted in environmental vulnerable areas, such as Ningbo province, which face frequent droughts and land degradations. So, these trees play a vital role in environmental recovery. First, they have to absorb carbon dioxide, which have reduced the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. And the second, they aid in ecosystem restorations, with supporting biodiversity and wildlife habitats. And the last one, they have to conserve soil and water, which is crucial for the regions that facing climate challenges. So, this initiative also focuses on raising awareness and involving the community. By allowing users to participate in carbon offsetting, we are creating a shared sense of environmental responsibility, and thereby, as a result, we will create an eco-conscious community. So, the question here is how the program supports environmental goals. First one, we are actively helping the Grab to reduce the carbon footprint, especially through our transportation services. And we also promote sustainable practices by encouraging users to adopt eco-conscious lifestyle, and especially it aligns with Vietnam's national strategy to plant 1 billion trees by 2025, a goal we are proud to contribute to work. Now let's move to conclusion of these two policies. I would like to invite them.
Okay, thank you, Tuệ Minh, for the second policy. And from the two about policies, we can have the brief here. So the first is about the BIS partnership with SAM. So this is such this strategic and environmentally impactful policy, and it not only reduces the carbon footprint or urban travel in Vietnam, but also it sets a precedent for other ride-hailing companies to follow. And about the conclusion of Grab.
Okay, so thank you then. In conclusion, Grab carbon neutral donations is a practical and action-oriented approach to tackle environmental problems. By enabling users to participate in our carbon offsetting, we are trying to facilitate consumer participation in climate efforts, and as a result, we would like to reinforce Grab commitment, long-term commitment, which is climate action and a healthier planet. So, in conclusion, both of the above measures have effect in the long term. If these two policies are implemented consistently and effectively, we would like to consumer will gradually shift toward using Grab and Bear more, and as a result, the demand of private vehicle on the road will reduce. And this is our long-term commitment that we would like to promote sustainable environmental protection in Vietnam. And this is the end of our presentation. Many thanks for your attention.